Welcome to Trailblazers. I'm your host, Susan Stewart. On the show today, we have boxing legend and 92 bronze medalist, Chris Johnson. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after these commercials. Welcome back to Trailblazers. I'm your host, Susan Stewart. On the show today, we have a special legend, boxing legend, and 92 medalist in Barcelona, Chris Johnson. Chris?
Hello.
Welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. You look lovely.
Thank you very much. Chris, this is being shown all over across Canada. Can you give us a little snapshot of who Chris Johnson is? Talk about your boxing career. Talk about CJ Boxing Academy. Talk about the training that you've done.
Well, I came to Canada in 1979, and I met an old man named Arnie Bean, and the day I walked in the gym, he said to me, "You're going to the Olympics." And from that day, the seed was planted, and what he did was he gave it enough sunlight, and he watered it, and for it to blossom. And 11 years later, I was at the Olympics and on the podium for my country, Canada, and it was perhaps the proudest moment of my life.
Wow, Chris. Can you talk more about you fought the boxing world, and I know that many people that are watching this don't know anything about boxing. Give us your experience, your career.
It's funny. I have 3 brothers, and we all boxed, and my oldest brother was just a savage. When I mean he was savage, he trained hard, and he instilled that same momentum into his brothers for us to train hard, and he punished me if I didn't train hard. So it's a sport that you need to give everything you've got inside you in order to succeed at it. You have to give it. You have to run. You have to do your push-ups. You have to do your sit-ups. You have to do every aspect of everything that you need to do to be successful. You can't say one day, you know what, I'm not going to train that. I'm not going to train today. It's something that you have to do every day. I'm 46 years old today, and I never had a drop of alcohol, just because I felt it was my destiny to go to the Olympics. And my coach told me, he said, "There'll be no drinking." "Okay, coach, that's no problem." "There'll be no partying." "Okay, coach, that's no problem." My mission, my vision was to go to the Olympics. And the one problem that I have with Canada is our mentality is to go and have fun. My mentality has never been to go and have fun. It's always been to go and win. And every tournament that I've gone to, I've always come home with a medal because of that mentality. And I want the kids today to have that mentality. The kids, regardless of what sport you are in, you have to believe that you can do it and push yourself. And it's all about working hard every day to get that.
Awesome. Can you talk a bit about your professional career after the Olympics? What did you do?
After the Olympics, I always had this. I grew up watching Muhammad Ali. I grew up watching Sugar Ray Leonard. I grew up watching all these Americans, and my dream was to become world champion. So as soon as the Olympics is over, I'm going to America. So I moved to Texas, and I trained with the legend Donald Cobra Curry. And after that, I moved to say too many punches. I moved to Michigan first, and I trained with the legendary Bill Miller, and I trained with James Toney, and that was probably the biggest learning process that I had just through the sport, because I sparred every day with a champion like that, and he taught me and he helped me groove. And then I moved to Atlanta, and I was there for like 6 years. I often never regret anything that I do in my life, because I believe that everything I have done is for a reason. I feel if I didn't do this, my son wouldn't be here. If I didn't do this. So there's always reasons why things happen. So I try never to regret, because if I regret, this process would not happen. But one of the biggest regret probably that I have is that I never stayed put. I never, put my foot to the ground and just stay rooted. I was always moving. If I didn't feel this person could help me, if I didn't feel this was the place, I'd go to the next. But I saw that a lot of people, a lot of boxers who were not as talented as I was, they sat still and they stayed rooted and they became champion. So if anything, that would probably be the one thing that I would regret. But again, regret, maybe I wouldn't have had my son today. So it's like, you've got to take the good with the bad, the bad with the good.
Well, Chris, I mean, I know that the mindset that you had and still have, I know that you took it into training. Can you talk a little bit more about the people that you've trained and the people you've met in boxing? Just share that whole experience. I mean, you have an excellent story.
Well, I've been all over the world. I've been all over the world and met many different people. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed at the life that I have. I grew up with Lennox Lewis. I grew up with him. From I was 9 years old, I met this giant of a man. And to be honest, I always saw something special in him, even when I was a kid. To me, he was like light. He was like a hero to me, even when I was young. I remember he'd sit there and he'd just teach me little things. And I never forget, one of my brightest moments was the '88 Olympics. He came home and he brought me this tracksuit. He brought me this tracksuit from the Olympics. Oh my goodness. It was an MCM tracksuit, and it was white with brown leather, and it said MCM on it, and it had my name on it, Chris Johnson. And for a man to be at the Olympics, and everybody in his life, but to be thinking to bring something for me, oh man. That was the fulfillment for me. And I watched as his career blossomed, and just thrilled to see him fight. And this was a guy that, from my community, from my city, from my gym, just blossomed into the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And that's bigger than life to me. I remember watching Muhammad Ali when I first came to Canada in 1979. There was dolls all over the place of Muhammad Ali, and I was holding a doll, and now my friend Lennox Lewis comes and he's the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, and you look at that and say, wow. So I just tell all the kids, man, that it is okay to dream the impossible dream. It's okay to dream the impossible dream, because the more you dream it, the less it becomes impossible. So, if you want to be something or want to do something in life, I always tell my son that if you want to play ball, play ball. But if you're going to play ball, give it your all. Give it everything. Work day and night to be the best, because at the end of the day, it's what you put in it that you get out of it. If you only put in 10%, don't expect anything but 10%. If you put in 110%, expect that back and expect to be at the top of the world. I tell him that. I've been coaching my son mentally his whole life to understand that to be great, it's got to be within you. And there's only one person that can put it in you, and it's yourself.
Thank you, Chris. That's awesome. I mean, I just love you, Chris, because I love your mindset. Because I had the same type of mindset playing basketball. And I think
wait a minute. Pan Am Games.
Yes.
1991.
Yes.
I saw the most beautiful girl. Oh my God, Susan. You were so, oh my God. Woo, I remember I woke up one morning, I was in the village, and all that was on my mind was to see you that day. I wanted to see you play basketball. I was just excited. I mean, you brought out the kid in me. Like, I don't know, it's weird, but it's just, and it's so awesome that today we're older, we're wiser, and we're still in touch, and you're doing your thing, and I'm so proud of you for the show. I mean, I am excited for you. I know you're gonna do big things with it.
Thank you, thank you. Awesome, Chris. I mean, Chris, I know that in your boxing career, there's highs and lows, and I know that we all suffer injuries.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you have a memorable injury that you would like to talk about, because I know that you've been hurt. You've given and you've taken.
100%. My last fight, I was fighting for the #1 spot to fight Roy Jones. So I went out to Tacoma, Washington, and my opponent was Antonio Tarver. And they say because to this very day, I haven't been able to watch it. The fight's on YouTube, but to this very day, I haven't been able to watch the fight. I try, but there's something in me that struggles with watching it. But there's a fight of me fighting Tarver, and very competitive fight. It's outside in Tacoma, Washington, and my body goes limp. My body just, I'm punching and punching. And as a fighter, as I am, I don't know how to quit. I mean, if you quit once, that's what you're labeled the rest of your life. So I don't know how to quit, and I'm dehydrated, and my body goes weak. And in the 10th round, the last and final round, I guess I'm up against the ropes, and I get smashed by a left hand, and I go down, and I try to get back up, but I can't get back up. And the fight, I lose the fight, and they take me out on a stretcher because I got a brain injury. I had a bleeding in the head, and it's funny. After boxing was my life. I've been boxing from when I was 9 years old. It was it was the only thing that I know. And all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, it's taken away from me. And I was depressed because what do I do now? I come back to Canada. I'm not getting the love that I used to get. I remember Olympics, I was a toast of the country, and I come back, I don't even get a call from my friends, and so I said, you know what, forget this. I go back to America, where I started my career, and wow, it was worse there. Now they could say the things that they wanted to say to me, because I was so good. Now they could talk to me because I wasn't good anymore. And it was a hard and difficult period to go through, but it also taught me something about myself. It taught me that I'm strong. It taught me that I'm tough, because these people threw themselves at me, and they knew I was at my weakest point. But it showed that no matter what people put on you, you're strong enough to get up. And what I did was I found another passion. My passion now is to teach. And I started teaching and teaching. And then the respect came back. But I still have a bitterness inside of me because I felt that I was done wrong. So there's still a chip on my shoulder. So there's a chip on my shoulder to be the very, very best trainer that I can be. I want to be the best. So that same drive that I had as a fighter, I now have it even triple as a trainer, as a teacher. I feel that I just feel empowered. And that's why it's my passion. I love it. And, this part of it, I don't think anyone can take from me. I won't let them.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break right now. Chris, and we'll come back to wrap the show. And thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Chris. If people want to know more about you and your career and your boxing training, where can they go?
Well, you know, I'm in Niagara Falls. I'm trying to build boxing in Niagara Falls. I love Niagara Falls. This place is like kingdom. I mean, you have America right there. You have the casinos right there. You have, oh man, it's just everything is in Niagara Falls. It's a beautiful city. And I truly believe that boxing, this is the place that boxing is going to grow. We're having a show December 1st. Dylan Big Country Carmen is going against Mel Mladen. Mel Mladen is 7-0 with 7 KOs. Dylan Carmen is the Canadian champion. He's training like a beast, so it's going to be an event. And I'm also training Josh Lupia. Josh Lupia is a young star. This kid is fabulous. He punches hard, he can box, he got all the tools. So, and then there's Marco. And there's another kid. There's another kid from Albania. His name is Christian Prenga. This kid has sold 1,500 tickets, and he's not even from the Falls. He's from Albania. 1,500 tickets in a 3,000 venue. He's sold half already. So it's going to be an exciting night. Come out to the Falls. Come out to the Falls, please. You're going to love it.
Web address.
Huh?
Your web address.
I don't have a website. Okay, I'm developing a website.
Okay, well,
I'm developing a website.
Let the viewers know where they can contact you.
They can contact me at cjboxer92@gmail.com, or you can just look me up on the internet. You'll find me. I'm out there. I'm everywhere.
Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
You are a legend. You are the best kept secret in Canada. Keep your head up. I know you do.
That's all I do.
Keep your head up and keep doing amazing things. Thank you. I want to thank the viewers for watching us. You can also follow me on Twitter. I am Susan Stewart. We also have the Disability Channel Facebook page. You could also go there. That's a wrap. See you next time.
Bam.